So next, we are going to draw our lines on the outside of each of our shapes. And we have to decide first, what are we going to use to draw our lines with? You could use crayons. I have some crayons here. I have markers. You might have colored pencils or colored pens. Whatever you have to use is perfectly fine. You just want to make sure that you have something with color. So, and if you only have one or two colors, that's okay. It doesn't have to be a lot of colors. You just want to practice drawing lines and show some contrast. So I'm going to start by picking colors to draw around each of my shapes. Now you can choose if you want blue squares around your blue square. You can pick blue and you could do blue around all of your blue shapes. If you wanted to do orange around your orange, you could do that. I'm going to pick, I think, different colors. I want something a little bit different. So I'm going to take my colors and put them around. I think I'll use my markers. I might use a couple crayons too because I have them. You can use whatever you have. So I'm just picking some colors that I think are going to pop and look real good around each of these. And I might not want my blue to be orange because then it would connect to the orange circle. So I'm trying to make it different so I have a variety of colors because it's good to always have a variety. That's one of my favorite elements of art. I think even though my green's here, I'm going to use that green. Maybe it'll give it a little balance from the top to the bottom. We'll see. Then let's see, I've got a couple different pink tones already going on, so I'm not going to pick this magenta type color, even though I really like it. Let's see. I have a green. I could go blue. So you got to pick out your colors. So choose which ones you like best. I think I'll put a purple over here. I'm not sure what this color is going to look like. So if you're not sure what a color is going to look like, you can use a scrap piece of paper and see how close they are. Oh, that's definitely blue. And then this one's definitely going to be purple. Oh, no, it's a little bit different than I expected. So it's a little bit more of a darker, more of like an indigo blue, I think. So that might make me change my mind. This one's more purple, which is what I'm looking for. So I'm actually going to switch those two out because I want my colors to be bright. And I still need something around my orange over here. Maybe I'll pick this guy. So I just need something for my blue, and I think I'll go with, oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll wait. I could use crayons too. We can use a little of both if you want to use both. So I'm going to just save that one and wait. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to take whichever one you want to start with. I'm going to start with this one down in the corner because that will be the easiest. And I am just going to draw my line around the triangle. So I'm going to practice drawing a line around the triangle. It doesn't really matter which one you start with, but we're going to kind of go around in a circle and get a line for each of them. So these are going to be radiating lines, and sometimes it's helpful to draw the line first with your finger so you know what you're doing. So I'm going to just draw a line out. I extend it a little bit beyond that line so I have room. Remember, I can come back and connect them. I really like that yellow and pink. That's pretty. Oh, I guess I do need something. Maybe I'll go with orange. I don't have anything orange yet. So we'll put orange around this triangle. And if that's tricky, I'm just going to line my markers up over here. I like to have my workspace really neat. So right now I'm just putting one line around each. That just helps me see what colors I have going on. I'm going to put them in order. Like this is top to bottom so I know what I'm using. So again, you can use your crayon, you can use marker, whatever you have in your art kit box is perfectly fine. This year we are just using, oh, this is my favorite color. We're using whatever we have to create. Sometimes the best art is made from just whatever we have on hand. It doesn't have to be, brand new markers and crayons. It can be, that stuff you pulled out of the drawer that you forgot you had. I'm gonna stop there. Let's see. This one I think I'm gonna wait on because I'm gonna get a couple more. I'm gonna do 2 of this blue because watch what happens. Oh, I'm connecting with my triangle, so I have to jump because I don't want that line to go through. So that's cool looking. So I'm going to do 1 more of this blue. And however you decide to do this is fine. So I'm going to jump. There we go. So I'm going to come back to this one. So we're not leaving them alone, but now I'm going to do my orange rectangle. And they're going to kind of end up looking like they overlap. I might have maybe should have chose a different, these 2 might be too close, but that's okay. Ah, these are getting in my way. These are rolly markers. I don't think a square marker would be as easy to draw with though. Boxy in my hand. Well, I'm getting to the edge of my paper. So I'm just beginning to radiate the lines out from my shape. That means this is my center and things are coming away from the center, so they're radiating. Another word for this is concentric. That's a really big word, isn't it? So they're concentric lines. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and finish 1 more because if you notice, I had space for 1 more line in there. I'm not gonna crowd him too much and I might come back a little later, but for now, that's good. So now I'm gonna do more of my, 1 more orange, even though he's gonna look like he's got lots of layers. So sometimes it helps to come from the other way so you know how to make that. Look, it looks like this triangle's in front and behind of the blue. That's kind of cool. So our overlapping lines will also create an illusion of space and that things are in front or behind something. And when I get to this orange line, I'm going to jump. My marker's going to jump right over that orange triangle. And then I'm going to bring those and connect them. So now the front of this triangle looks like it's in front of the pink one, doesn't it? So I'm just going to keep drawing triangles and they're going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And this one here, this line, remember he's going to jump. I didn't connect them there. I started there, didn't I? And then I'm going to do another one. Oh, and he's meeting the blue line, so he's going to jump and, oh, look, he's going to come up out there. And I might have made that line too long, but that's okay. Now this line, he came right off the paper. So imagine my triangle is here, here, here. And look, because this triangle is kind of on an angle. So I think my line's going to start here. So this is really cool because it looks like my artwork goes right off the paper and I imagine that it's just continuing. So that's really cool. Let's see, I'm going to give a couple more. Of my pink triangle because I really like this pink. And we might make this orange. Let's do a little bit more on the orange and fill in this space. And this is where it's going to get. So now look, we aren't going to draw over these. We're going to imagine he jumps, and this is where my finger's going to do some creating. He's going to come over here, And imagine where my line goes, and I'm gonna trace him here. Look, my next triangle line is gonna start here, and then he's gonna go up and stop at the blue. All right, now we're gonna do that one more time because I've got space. So if obviously your spaces are gonna be different than mine, but this is how you'll do it. So you gotta trace him with your finger. Imagine, where does he come out? And he's gonna come out a little bit below the next line. That's cool. Now I can imagine that this line continues on if I want, and my triangle can keep getting bigger and bigger. One more over here. There we go. I think I'm done with my orange now. And my pink, I'm done with that one. So now I am gonna do, I really like this teal, but I'm gonna do 1 or 2 of these fuchsia right here. Make sure this orange circle has a spot. So, oh, and I think I grabbed the purple that goes here, but ooh, I think that's still kind of cool. So I'm gonna go with it. It's okay. We'll just have different radiating lines. And look, my circle's a little bit bigger. That's okay too. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just drawing my circles, and you can go one way and then the other way if you want. So let's do one more. One more of that one. Circle, circle, circle. Oh, I kind of got really big with him. I got excited. So I was going, all right, that's good. Notice my lines aren't always perfect. They don't have to be perfectly spaced out. You know, I'm just doing my best. Put that over there. I'm gonna do this teal now because I really like this teal. I'm gonna come back to my blue. This, I think, is my favorite color. It reminds me of the ocean. And that yellow kind of reminds me of the sun. So in the winter, I really like to imagine that I can go to the ocean. So let's see. Oh, this guy keeps rolling in my workspace. Now here, I could have this line go right alongside of that. I'm not ready to jump him yet. And I think maybe this one's gonna go off too a little bit because my lines aren't perfectly straight, and that's okay. One more here. He's gonna go down and touch the line, and then he's gonna go do 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 do. And I imagine with my finger, where's he gonna come out? Right there. Oh, now he's gonna connect with that blue line and go up. All right. I think I'm gonna do one more just because I love this teal. Love it. So we're gonna jump again. Ready? Down to there. And now we gotta imagine he comes out and he's gonna go up. All right. Now I think, let's see, we've got to decide this space here, what do we want to fill it with? We don't want to leave it white. So we could fill it with our favorite teal. We could come back to the orange. We could do more purple circles. We could do more of this blue. So I'm going to come back after I get a little bit more done because I don't want to leave these spaces white. Notice how I filled this one in orange already, but I'm not ready to commit to anything just yet. So I'm going to do my square. He's going to go, I think, right along the edge of the paper. And sometimes my lines get a little bit wavy. I'm trying to make them straight, but I'm not going to worry if they get a little bit wavy. That's okay. He's going to go right off the paper. We're going to imagine with our finger where he's coming out. And he's going to stop at the purple. And I think maybe I'm going to, I didn't want to squeeze in a line there. You can squeeze in that line. If you wanted to go right along the edge, you could do that. And then another line coming out because he jumped. Now this one, he's going to come up behind. He's hiding behind, and he's going to come out from behind this. And I'm just going to fill this up with green lines up top to fill my space. Okay, so I got my space there. And I think I'm gonna come to now my pink. I could trace over this one if I wanted to make it more pink. I could have done that with my purple on the other side too. It's still gonna be a little bit different than everything else. And I'm just going around my lines. You can go a little slower than me if you want. It's not a race, you've got plenty of time. So I'll probably finish before you, and then I'll turn some music on for you guys. You can listen to the line song and the color song. All sorts of fun stuff. All right. That one kind of went right off. Oh, I ran out of room over there, so now I'm going to bring it over here and just imagine, where does this line start? And again, over here. Now these lines, I can just fill right off the paper. And same over here. I can just add these lines. And then one more here. And then that one probably is gonna just go like that. And then I might add some more orange lines just for interest. I think I'll be done with this one. I'm gonna come back to this orange. I know I put them away, but I'm gonna put some orange lines here. So you can fill your paper with lines however you want after you get your shapes with their radiating lines. So there's no right or wrong way to do this. So don't worry about, if you feel like you did it wrong. You just want to keep going and fill in your lines with paper. And it's going to turn out so cool. I think I'm going to go over this line here, make them just a little bit more purple. Since I started out, we'll switch those colors. And I think I'm gonna go back to my favorite teal and finish out this space.
Bianca is going to the office.
And look at that. I have all of my lines done. Isn't that awesome? Now, if you have extra time when you're done with all your lines, I'm going to show you a picture on the next slide of some other options that you could do if you either want to create another one. You can make a second one with your extra shapes, because I know we have all these extra shapes left that we didn't use from when we cut them out. So if you wanted to make a second one, you could. Ooh, you could even kind of come back in and glue some down. Make it your own. So you could, really come in and have some fun with that. That would be cool. I really like that one there. So it just depends on how much time you have. So you could also come back and color in some of the lines if you don't want them all bright. I'll show you a picture of that. I did that on another one that I did. So just make sure, one thing we forgot to do, what should be on the back of our paper? That's right, our name. So I want you to you can use a crayon or your marker. I'm gonna pull out my crayon. I got my black crayon, and I'm just gonna, if you have a pencil, you could write it with a pencil. So I'm just gonna make sure. I don't want my name real big. I don't want to use the whole thing. Hopefully I'll remember to tell you in the beginning of our project. So Miss Amy, now whatever grade you're in, I want you to put a dash, and then if you're in K4, you're gonna write K4. Let me show you how to do that in case. So it's a line, and then an angled line, and another angled line. That's a K, and then a 4 next to it. A line that's halfway down, over, and down. So that's K4. If you're in K5, here's again the line, an angle. So it's like our diamond, but it's the side of a diamond. See that? And a 5 is a line here, down, and part of a circle. Or you might be in first grade. Which that might look confusing. That's like so you could do your one like that, or you can just do a single line. This is probably what you're used to. That's back from my creative. All right, or you could be in second grade, which is a 2. All right, so you'll put your grade next to your name. I'm gonna put T because I'm the teacher. So you'll put your grade next to your name, and that way I will know which class this artwork belongs to. In case any of it gets lost, we will know where to take it and return it to you. All right. So when you're all finished, make sure you clean up your area. Make sure, one thing we forgot to talk about with our markers, make sure that your lid is closed, because if you have this gap, we have to listen for a click. Everybody try that right now. Take your marker, and I want you to listen really good, even if you have to put your ear right next to it and hear that click. When you hear the click, it's ready to go down for its nap. It needs to rest until it can create again. All right, boys and girls, we are finished, or you might be still working, and that's okay. If you finish and you want to do another one, raise your hand and I will come and take a look at your amazing artwork, and I can give you a new piece of paper if you'd like to make a new one, or you can keep gluing down more of your shapes to overlap and create more space. So we've got a beautiful piece here, and look, I flipped it upside down, but there's really no right or wrong way for it, is there? Okay guys, good job.